everybody, and welcome back to Visit Fylde Coast. It's a while since we did a drive time video, and I'm off to Blackpool this morning. We're currently at very wet and rainy Cleveleys, so as you can tell, I'm still bled up with a cold. So I've got my big coat on, my big waterproof coat, and I've got largely indoor things organised to do today, but I thought we'd do a drive along the from Cleveleys to Blackpool, because it's a while since we've done one. So before we get any further, don't forget, make sure that you've subscribed, make sure that you've hit the little bell for notifications, because we do all kinds of different videos over the course of a year. We've had a little bit of a hiatus for circumstances beyond our control, but we're back now, and we're trying to get back into our normal swing. And don't forget to sign up for your Visit Fylde Coast email newsletter. It goes out every week. There's a midweek one full of interesting things, and there's a weekend one that's full of things to do and ideas for places to go and all the rest of it. So when you're scratching your head on a Saturday morning and all the family's looking at one another saying, "What shall we do?" which is what we've always done, you can have a look at the email and the What's On guide to get some inspiration. So this is the great metropolis of Ankersholm Park on your left, and the new Princess Way seawall on your right. And slow into a walking space, we're going over the new bumps put here because, well, you can imagine, can't you, this beautiful stretch of flat straight tarmac instantly became a racetrack. So I don't think the speed bumps are that bad, actually. A lot of people have complained about them, but they don't really drive me up the wall. You just slow down and go over them slowly. So this is the northernmost end of Blackpool. Just on our left, in fact there's one there, look, I don't know if you can quite see it. Just at the back of the parking machine there's a tram. So just at our left is the main Blackpool to Fleetwood tramway, and there's a turning loop there at the back of that little concrete fence, which is where the trams turn round to come back if they're not going all the way down the route to Cleveleys and Fleetwood. So there's some sea defence work starting here as well. So between here, I think it is, can't quite remember, but it's this section along here. Blackpool Council are doing some sea defence work in the next couple of years. I think they're starting fairly soon, from what I remember. It's not my department. My specialist subject, my starter for 10 on Mastermind, is the beach management scheme at Cleveleys. So this is, well, which prom's this? I think this is just called Promenade. I ought to have my sat-nav map on, didn't I? And then I can, let's put the button on, and then I can give you the road names, because we all know I've got no idea where I am most of the time. Where are we? Queen's Promenade, this one. Queen's Promenade, and on our left we're coming up to the Norbrick Castle Hotel. And that's a bit like painting the Forth Bridge. They started doing that right at the beginning of this year, and they're still not finished it. Looks like they've just got this left-hand side to finish yet. Looks like all that PVC and conservatory and stuff wants a fettle, as we'd say in Yorkshire. So this is the bit of seafront that's colloquially known as the cliffs. Not cliffs on the scale of White Cliffs of Dover, but high nonetheless for this area. It's quite a steep drop, and it's a very steep drop when you're walking back up it. let me tell you, you need to be fully rested and a Weetabix to walk back up there. And then the hotels start down here. There's quite a lot of residential property. Some lovely accommodation there is in Blackpool. There's plenty of speed cameras as well, so keep an eye out for them. You'll notice that the bus stops are all painted in orange, which is really useful because that way you can actually spot them from the rest of the street furniture and tell where you are supposed to be heading for to catch a bus. So there's one advantage to a rainy, grey, wet morning. You get to see the illuminations out. So this is Red Bank Road at Bisburn. So turn left, that's Red Bank Road, so called because the banks on the seafront were red. See, there's always a reason. And this is where the tableaus start. So this is what's commonly known as illuminations weather, this. It's usually known to rain when the illuminations start. I think I might be starting to fog up a little bit. We'll just adjust the blowers and make sure we've not got obscured vision. So all the, oh goodness me, it's not the right kind of day to be starting doing a job like that, is it? Taking all your front of your hotel to base. So what I was going to say was, this is the big tableaus at this end, so you can walk. There's a footpath. You can just see some of it there in front of the recycling one. This is where you make your donation. Just see the footpath in front of these here, so you can walk on the footpath and look at them properly and enjoy the view. And then of course you can walk on the pavement. So these are really nice at night. Bag of chips, stick of candy floss, don't forget your twirly lighty uppy thing, and a nice stroll. Perhaps not on a day like this. You might get absolutely sodden by the time you get back to your car, but there's some really nice lights. This is the casino on the left hand side if you fancy a flutter. Oh, we've caught up with the tram, look. Well, what a morning. What a morning. I'm wondering whether I'll be able to hold my umbrella over my head with one hand and then film with the other. Because I think otherwise I'm going to end up getting pretty wet. So this is hotel land at this end of North Shore. So we've done walking tour videos of most of these hotspot areas. So I've definitely done this section of Queen's Promenade. I've done Gin Square, making sure to pronounce it carefully. I've done Berkeley Apartments, which is the yellow one on the left. I've been plodding my way around all the highlights and streets of Blackpool. So there's nice accommodation around the edges of the Gin. This is the illuminations feature with the Spitfire plane. Because of course Blackpool, like many other towns, raised money to actually pay for Spitfires during World War II, and there's a really interesting Spitfire museum. And when I say museum, I mean sort of interactive, hands-on, lots of stuff to experience museum at Squires Gate at the airport. Lots of building work going on in Blackpool. It must be about 5 or 6 weeks since I came to Blackpool. Oh, it's brightening up a little bit, look in front of us. Hopefully it's going to pass off. Hopefully I'm not going to get too soddened. But the season of wet and rain is upon us. On the left here was the Ambassador Hotel, and that has got planning consent, so there'll be work starting at some point on there to build luxury holiday accommodation. So that'll be nice, that'll be interesting. Oh, I've got me. So be good that. I'm just wondering whether I've got my... No, I've not. There's a van at the back of me, and I think his lights are set a bit wrong, because one of them's blinding me, and the other one's where it should be. Just put me off a little bit, that did. So this is now approaching North Pier. Loads of hotels, loads of accommodation, plenty of places to stay. And North Pier coming into view. I'm just hoping this rain's going to stop. Be nice, wouldn't it? I think I could do with seeing if I can find one of those clear umbrellas, you know, those big ones that you sort of put your head underneath and you can see through. Could do with one of them, couldn't I? The trouble is, it's not really umbrella land, is it, round here? Because it's always too windy. And now we're coming up to Central Prom. So left here is Talbot Road, which is where the new tramway extension is being built. Oh yeah, fireworks this weekend. I think this video might go online. Well, it'll definitely be online in the next few days. Might be at the weekend. I would imagine it'll still be raining by then. All these illuminations are new. These are the new Art Deco fans and arches and whatnot. I've not actually seen them in the flesh lit up yet, but they look very nice on photographs, I have to say. And then there's a little village at the Tower Festival headland here. So there's two beach balls for you to take your selfies in. There's some little cabins that is where you can get your hot drinks and your snacks and things. And there's a big, and when I say big I mean big, there's a big new illumination on the way. Look at these all queuing to get in the tower. On the way, that's going to be built, I'm guessing, at the back of this little bit of fencing, actually. So that's going to be starting to appear soon. In fact, that looks like some bits of it that have been delivered. So we're really looking forward to seeing that. That should be very good. It's called Odyssey. Oh, I thought they were waiting to turn left then. I'm just going to pull up at the back of them and queue. It's ages since I came to Blackpool. Bonny Street Market finishes at the end of autumn half term. So if you want to go to Bonny Street Market, now's your last chance. There's not very many stalls on actually. There's just a few midweek. It's like they're cracking on a pace at the new car park, the new multi-storey that they're building at Central Car Park. We're going to park in the Hounshill because I've got absolutely no idea how long I'm going to be, and you can pay on exit at the Hounshill, and it's undercover so you don't get wet. Oh, I think he's lost. I think he's a bit lost. Aren't we all? So to get to the Hounshill currently, to the car park, you've got a little bit of a shimmy, as you might say, because they're working on the extension, which is at the left here, and that's going to be the IMAX, etc. You'll be able to see that better when we've we've kind of come round the block. So you've got to go up left and then back down, because the access is quite restricted at the moment, and you'll see why. You'll see why in a minute. I don't think you'd want a procession of cars fighting the way past you either if you were working there. This is all supposed to be coming down on the right hand side, these old council offices. Don't know when they're doing that. Still got lights on inside. And straight in front of you, the crane that's Talbot Road car park that you can see with the P on it. And the crane is working on the Holiday Inn at North Station. Right, and we're going round here, around the corner. This is the back of the Winter Gardens. This is the Empress Ballroom on this back corner. Looks like they're... Oh, that's a big chair. Setting up for an event. It's always busy down here with people coming and going. Coaches bringing the customers and whatnot. And then you see this is a really, really handy spot for a holiday, because you're literally right in the middle of the town centre. Actually, that's really good that we've ended up in pole position for a good nosy at what they're doing. So all this steelwork on the right hand side is going to be a Wilkinson store downstairs, and then upstairs and in the rest of the building is a new IMAX cinema. It's going to be called Backlot Cinema. So last time I came to Blackpool, all this front corner had not been built. So they look like they're knocking on a pace with that. Can't say any other. That'd be interesting. It's a long time since I went to the pictures. I've got the attention span of a gnat, so I tend not to watch films. I struggle to sit still, and then I always laugh in the wrong place, which is okay until the cinema's absolutely deathly quiet and I go and Kevin hides his head in his hands and hides under the chair. So this is the house sale. So obviously, as you can see, it's obviously all still open. It's all still open for business. The car park. Beautiful, I nearly said beautiful tower of the view then. Beautiful view of the tower. Just go slowly over these bumps, as Chrissy would have said, the big ones. And you have arrived at your destination, as the sat-nav would say. So you just get your ticket and away you go. So we'll be making a variety of different films today. We'll be keeping our fingers well and truly crossed and hoping that if it's going to rain, it's not much more than a light drizzle. I've got my Mac on, you can probably hear it crackling as I'm moving my arms while I'm driving. I won't dissolve, although I'd prefer not to get drowned when I've already got a cold. I don't want to end up with double pneumonia. Now I normally go that way and park outside what used to be Debenhams. It's my spot down here. So I hope you've enjoyed this film. Hope you've enjoyed coming for a ride with us. Hopefully next time we do a drive-in film, it might be a bit better weather. And don't forget to make sure you've done all the subscriber stuff and give this video a like as well if you've enjoyed it. All helps with the algorithms. And we'll see you next time. We will see you in our next film. And I'm going in this end one down here. like an end parking space. There you go, that's mine. Oh goodness, lots of space. Lots of space today. It looks like nobody wants to come shopping because it's raining. Right, I shall love you and leave you and go and see how wet I can get. And we will see you next time. Bye for now.